YouTube, what's happening? It's your guy, Not Your Average Trucker. Coming to you on a Thursday, November the 7th, man. Quick video. Excuse my voice, man. I'm fighting a cold, man. The runny nose, the cough, Dayquil, NyQuil, all that, man. So, apologize for my voice, man. Just wanted to touch on a couple things. I get a lot of people, man, that constantly ask me the best way to start their trucking company and the amount of money that they need. And, to each individual scenario is going to be different. You understand? There's no magical number that I'm aware of, all right, if you save this much money, it's guaranteed that you're gonna, be a successful business. You understand? Because there's some people out here that save $5,000 and they start a trucking company with $5,000, and they might make it, or truck might break down and they out of business the first day. And there's people that go out here start with $100,000 and they still don't succeed, man. So each scenario is totally independent of another. The main thing I can say is access to capital is extremely important. You understand? So, you might not be somebody with a lot of cash. You might not, like, I came into the game, hate to sound like Jay-Z or something, man, but, what he say? I came into the game $100,000 strong, 9 to be exact. You understand? That's pretty much where I was at. I came in the game with cash, so my scenario is not going to be the same as somebody that's out here working, a regular 9 to 5, and, they scramble up $20,000 and they want to start a trucking company, you understand? But the most advice I can actually give you is important to have either cash or credit, you understand? I might be an all-cash dude, and it worked out for me. You might be somebody with a 800 credit score, and you got access to, financing. I always say keep your overhead low. I don't believe in bills, man. If I can avoid a bill, I avoid having a bill. That's why I pay cash for everything. I don't finance anything because I don't like the fact somebody give me money and it costs money, to make the money. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, interest rates and all that is just not the way I play. But that's the way some people have no choice but to play, and I get it. So what I say is important to me. I bought a cheap truck, 2 cheap trucks when I first started. 2 cheap automatic Freightliners, man. This was back in freaking 2007, and the trucks I bought at the time, they were 2001s, and first one I spent like $12,000 on. The second one was like $8,000. So I had 2 trucks for $20,000, and then I bought 2 trailers, and that's what it was. Whereas a lot of people out here, they get it in their mind that, I need to go get this shiny newer truck. They out here spending $60,000 on a freaking truck and another $20,000 on a trailer. So they immediately, day one, because you got to understand, but when you apply for your authority, you got a 30-day holding period. And you got to have insurance, but during that whole 30 days. So before you ever book a load, have any business coming your way, you already have to have a tractor because you have to insure that tractor. And you got to have insurance to even apply for the authority. You understand? So people that's going out here with these shiny new trucks, putting $15,000 down on a $60,000 truck or whatever you got going on, you got a truck note, trailer note, and insurance, already, you're already paying for that before you ever haul the load. So, you starting in the hole no matter what. Whereas with me, like I say, I paid cash. So, yeah, I'm in the same boat as far as insurance go. I took that L for the first 30 days. But the difference between you and me is I have all the money that I spent out. You know what I mean? The freaking $20,000 for the 2 trucks and another $16,000 for the 2 trailers. So we had $36,000. I made that back in no time. You understand? It took me a couple months to make that back, and I'm square. You understand? I say start cheap personally, because if you start your company and it doesn't go your way, like you ain't finding the loads you want to find, you can't find a reliable driver, or you drive, you realize you don't like driving all the time, whatever the situation may be, that business don't work, it's easy for you to get up and sell a cheap truck. Like if you bought a truck for 20 grand or less, it's easy to just up and put it up for sale. So a lot of people walking around with 20 stacks in their pocket. Boom, you can get off that truck. You got a cheap trailer, you can get off that trailer. You understand? Whereas if you out here with a $60,000 truck note, business ain't going the way you want it, you can't necessarily just take the truck back to the dealer. You understand? Like, hey man, I changed my mind, I don't want this. Nah, B, you got financing that you're responsible for. You understand? And you trying to sell a $60,000 truck. There's no guarantee that you be able to sell that $60,000 truck. You understand? So I always say, when you first starting out, buy cheap equipment, man. You know, the stigma with a lot of people is, nah, man, you buy an older truck, it's going to be in the shop all the time. That's what a lot of goofballs say. All I've ever bought since I've been in business, 12 years, is cheap trucks. That's it. That's it. I ain't buying no raggedy, ugly truck, you understand? I ain't saying I'm buying a truck with the doors one color, the hood another color, the bumper another color. Nah, I'm not buying raggedy stuff, you understand? However, I'm just not buying expensive stuff. You know, 20 grand, 25 grand for a truck is perfectly fine, man. Because what people fail to realize when they thinking these old trucks break down a lot, people fail to realize that the older the truck is, chances are a lot of that stuff has already been done. You know, you buy a truck that might have 700,000 to 1,000,000 miles, people might have already changed the tranny in there. They might have already rebuilt the motor in there. You understand? That's things that you ain't even got to worry about. Because I tell you this, all the trucks I've bought, in the time I've been in business, man, I've had 15, 20 trucks, somewhere around there. Because I had a few idiot drivers that totaled a couple of my trucks, and I've never bought a truck and then it was just a lemon. You know, I bought a truck. I ain't never replaced the motor ever. So I've been in business 12 years, never replaced the motor. Because the perfect thing about buying a cheap truck, you know, you can run it till it needs something like that and then go buy another one. You know, why am I going to spend 20 grand rebuilding a motor when I just go buy a whole nother truck? And that's my motto, you understand? Whereas a lot of people that don't think like me, a lot of people like having bills, man. I don't like having bills, you understand? Whether it's the house I live in, the cars I drive, or whatever, you understand? Like, if I can avoid financing or avoid a bill, I will. So, the short answer that I can give all you people that constantly ask me how much money do I need to start a company is I don't know. You understand? It depends on the overhead you desire. It depends on, do you want a monthly truck payment? Do you want a monthly trailer payment? Right? It depends on that. It depends on, you know, if your truck break down, how you paying to play, you know, how you plan on paying for that. You understand? You need a couple dollars to the side, or either access to credit. You understand? Whether it's business credit, personal credit, whatever. That truck break down, you need the ability to pay for it. 'Cause that's the number one thing that's going to put you out of business. It's not whether or not you can find freight. It's whether or not you can survive a freaking breakdown. You understand? A lot of people out here, they'll tell you, oh, just get a warranty. These warranty companies are in business to profit. You understand? You know, it's a lot of fine print in them warranties. You understand? Like, a lot of people buy these trucks and they get a warranty and they just assume, yo, no matter what happened to my truck, that warranty gonna cover it. Nah, B, if it was that easy, a caveman would do it. You understand? So, best thing I could tell you is, A, have the money required to buy your truck. Whether it's down payment, whether it's cash outright for the truck. Same goes for the trailer. Most important than anything, man, you need money set to the side for freaking breakdowns. You understand? I say 10 grand at least to the side for maintenance, period. Other than that, the actual process of applying for your authority is nothing. You have your authority for under a stack, the highest thing is going to be, like I say, buying the truck, buying the trailer, getting the insurance. Once you accomplish those three things, you playing with house money after that. So all the, several people that constantly ask me, how much money do I need to start a trucking company? I don't have there's no straight answer I can give you for that. But you need access to plenty of capital. You need access to credit. Breakdowns is, more than anything is what's important. And it's just like anything else, man. You need reserves. A lot of y'all starting this company and it's going to be your main hustle to pay your bills at the crib. So I would at least have 3 months worth of rent, mortgage payment, groceries, utilities, all of that set to the side. So, because, it's going to be rough them first couple months you jump out here, man. You're not jumping out here and, becoming a millionaire overnight, man. A lot of people, that's the thing I try to explain to people too, man, because I get so many emails with people like, yo, I want to be like you, man. I just want to buy a day cab and just run local every day. I need you to understand, every human out here with a CDL wants to be home every day. Every human out here with their authority wants to do local. So that thought you have in your head is not an original thought. And with that said, competition is real. So if you think you're just going to buy your truck, be home every day, just running freight around your area, good luck. Because that same thought you have, there's literally 1,000 other dudes in your city with the same freaking thought. You understand? And then you add that to the other 1,000 dudes that's in your city that's already doing it, that you're going to be competing with. So a lot of you that's driving a truck and you trying to convince your old lady to go down to the credit union and get a loan so y'all can get y'all own authority and start popping, understand, it's not easy, one, and there's risk versus reward, two, and competition is real. I done made plenty of videos how I'm out here doing a $700 load and there's a goofball out here willing to do it for $350. You understand? So that's the guy you're gonna be competing with, or it might be you. You might be the silly guy that's doing it for $350, and if you're not a strong hustler like me to keep it moving, you might be out here hauling this cheap freight every day, all day, and wondering why at the end of the day, after you pay all your bills and all your financing fees and all this other goofy mess you got going on, wonder why you're not making no money. You was making more as a company driver. It's because your overhead is high and your hustle game is low. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm all congested up here, so I know the video is probably rambling, but it's your guy, Not Your Average Trucker. As always, man, send me an email, truckernotyouraverage@gmail, truckernotyouraverage on Instagram. I'm sitting out here waiting on one of my trailers. But like I said, man, I have no, what is that? I don't even know what that say on my screen. I have no straight answer for you as far as a dollar amount that you need in order to start your authority, man. Best thing I could tell you is have 3 months worth of reserves for your bills, for your house bills. Have at least 10 grand to the side for maintenance. And I say, if you're going to finance, you probably need another 15 grand to, put down on a truck and a trailer. So, the cheapest I could tell you, probably cash, is probably about 15 grand to, put towards a truck and a trailer. 10 grand for the stash. So you're talking 25 grand right there. And then you need whatever your cost of living is for a few months, man. So you're talking maybe another, 5-10 grand for that. You understand? So, but like I said, man, it's people that start out here with far less, man. I get messages from people that started literally, they mama gave them 2 grand, and they started their authority with 2 grand. So, to each his own. Just make sure more than anything, you need access to some credit at least. Because if you're on your first run and you blow a tire, you need to be able to call roadside, come pay for that tire. You in your first run and a belt pop, or you need some freaking fuel injectors, you need to be able to pay for it, man. You understand? Because when you out here with your own authority, that truck breakdown is on you. It's not like being leased on and you can ask for a loan or whatever from the people that you leased on to. You out here with your own authority. It's big boy status, man. You gotta put your big boy pants on. But like I said, man, trucking not your average. Y'all be easy.